Imagine walking down a jungle path filled with mystery. Now think, could you bring that into one of your drawings? I think you could. Twisting roots, towering trees, and hidden shadows. Yes!
Hidden shadows.
Many artists really struggle with creating depth and storytelling, but today we're going to change that. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Come on, let's do this. So let's go ahead and start off with a nice border here. Get some placeholders here. Let's see that. Look at this. Right around here. This is going to be our horizon line. Come in here about maybe right about there. Look at this mountain range coming in here. These mountains right up there. So let's do this lightly because a lot of it's going to be covered. So we're going to come down here. All right. Right about here. This is, if you were to think of the ground plane, this would circle around like this. This edge right here, you can't see. It's on the other side of this little embankment. But put that in for the time being. So we're going to kind of come in here like this, and it's going to circle around. Something like that, right? And then up here, right about there, you see this is going to have a U shape like that. So let's be mindful where this is coming in contact with the edge of that page. So I'm going to put that point right there. This is like right about there where that's going to be right, that's for that right there. And look at that nice graceful curve. So let's bring that in here. Let's see this curve here. Something like that maybe. Right about, this is the ground plane on the left side. So this is going to come down just like this. And then you've got this is beautiful in the foreground here. Look at this. This shape right here, and then it kind of comes around like that. You see, it's like a cliff almost. Let's put that in as well. All right, so this is our next thing is let's put in some very flat tone on the right-hand side to really build this up. I'm just going to come up here like this. This way is when we start adding the detail, we won't get the pure white of the page in between our line. Let's do the same thing on the other side now. Let's add tone to this all this area here. And then I love this tree is coming up like this. You see this? Just add tone there as well. And in the bottom, go horizontal and just come in here and then lighten it up and end it at a bit of a slant, just like this. I always think it's very important to add flat areas of tone before you start drawing on top of it. This is so that, in between your lines, you don't have the white of the page showing up. I'm going to go ahead and erase these red lines over here. All right, let's go ahead and start in the lower left-hand corner here and thinking about the surface. So, these branches, these roots are coming right out of the ground here, and there's there is a surface. There's a surface here of an edge, and you can see how I'm just following my lines to create a surface plane. Some branches and some roots that are coming down, and We could jump to the other side now. Okay, look at this now. This surface is falling down over here, and it has surface lines that are flat. It's like you were an ant and you're crawling up the embankment. What the trail that you would leave? What would that look like? There's some dark silhouettes here. Look at this. Of this branch, of these leaves here. You see that? Okay, let's get this big tree. Look at this big trunk that's coming in here. He's pretty important because he's interesting, and I'm just kind of going straight lines and just kind of straight lines. I'm not doing all a single curve because this gives it some variation. I think it creates its very natural. This right here is the point of the tree. It's almost looking right at my eye line. So below this, below that point, things are going to get, I'm going to use surface lines to create roundness. And they're going to go this way. And then above that, we'll shift it so we're looking up at it. I'm going to add just a little tone to this mountain in the background here. We can come back and then apply more details to him afterwards. But I'm really concerned, I'm very interested in this foreground, this foliage. So let's kind of draw through this carefully here. And not be afraid for dropping some dark silhouettes or tones here. So I'm going to draw literally each leaf at a time and take some time here. So they're going to come up like this. And then some of them are going to fold over. Try and keep a real strong variety. Don't be afraid to just really put in some dark shapes. Even it's okay to even just draw in like triangles. Just like that. That will help represent some of the negative shapes. And then you could see where the other branches or leaves are coming in. Trying to keep them as random as possible. I'm adding just some horizontal lines to the sandy area here they're just a slight little curve underneath to give the idea of maybe people have walked along this path. Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side now. I found this tree trunk. Now this tree is a little bit darker than the first one we drew. So let's make sure that we immediately drop a darker value on it. Don't be afraid of these dark, really dark shapes. Now when you get like, when I'm looking at this palm here, I'm really just kind of slowing down. Really observing it, looking at it closely. Adding a little tone to this underhang here. This whole area of jungle back here is a little bit lighter value. That's actually not a bad thing because it will help to create depth. On this trunk here, take a look at this. I'm just going to add like a line, a tone like this. You see right in here? This will be kind of a core shadow, and it will help immediately make the tree look even more round. I'm going to work on this mountain in the background here, and just, I don't want to put a lot of detail in it because it's, I'm really defining the bottom of these mountains where they come in contact with this water here. All right, guess what? That one is in the books. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You can direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below, you can ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.